Hi there and welcome to another live event. Today is a special one. It's more of a workshop. I'm going to look at why you should be using YouTube live events as a strategy for growing your YouTube channel. It's going to be some very exciting things that I'm going to be talking about, including some very interesting disclaimers. If you're not ready for this, it's not for the faint-hearted. So keep watching. I'm going to be revealing some very, very interesting things today. Okay, if you've been watching me for a while, you will have noticed that I've been going slightly bonkers about YouTube live events in particular. And you might be wondering, why the heck am I going so crazy about it? What's the reason? Is this something that I've seen? Is this something that I've discovered? Is this something that someone told me? Is there some sort of amazing result that I got that no one else knows about and that I might be sharing with you today? Those are some of the questions that I'll be answering for you today. I'm going to talk about YouTube live events as a strategy for growing your YouTube channel. I want to start off with something here. So this is my presentation today, but I want to start off with a bit of a story. You see, about 2 years ago, not quite 2 years ago, about a year and a half ago to be exact, I submitted a video, a live event to YouTube, and the title of the video was "Why Live Video is Going to Crush Everything Online in the Future." Something along those lines. Now, this was a year and a half ago. Now, at that point, I was already looking at live events, live streaming, and I've been wanting to do it for about 2 years, but the internet here in Australia has just been too useless, and that was one of the first times I was able to actually get good enough internet to do that event. So I was already a little bit behind. Since that point, we've seen all sorts of things happening in the live streaming world. We've seen MacLeod come out. We've seen Periscope come out. We've seen Blab come out. We've seen Facebook mentions come out. We've seen a number of really big players get into the live streaming space, and particularly when it comes to mobile live streaming, which is incredibly interesting and exciting. And, so in a way, that little video that I created unknowingly has kind of become true. Those predictions that I made kind of became true, but in some ways a little bit different to what I expected, and sometimes even slower than what I expected. But nonetheless, I think there's some really amazing things coming up. So, what we see today is, all these services going crazy about it. Periscope with Twitter, that's had tremendous growth. We look at Facebook with mentions, and so many people are jumping on it. We look at just Facebook video. Last time I checked, they were getting like 8 billion views a day. It is just insane. So these people, or these companies, they're all on it. And why? Why are they on it? There's a reason why they are getting on it and why they're excited about it, and why I think you should be excited about it too if you're not doing it just yet. So let's look at what else is here. So my prediction here. I have a quick prediction here, and I might completely fall flat on my face, but who cares? I'm going to go out on a limb and make a prediction. So a lot of people have been asking me about, where should you be spending your time when it comes to live video streaming? And for me, at the moment, if I look at it, I think there are basically two horses to watch. Yes, there are many services around right now, but when I look at everything else that I know and my experience, and also what I know what some of these bigger companies are doing, I really think it's going to be up to two horses. The first one, for me, the obvious one, is YouTube. Now, the trouble with YouTube is that they seem to be sitting back and watching what's happening with the whole live video streaming thing. Yes, they've had Google Hangouts. Yes, they've had YouTube live events for a long time, but I haven't seen a cool app from them, like we've seen from Facebook and Twitter, with Periscope, with Meerkat. We haven't seen the app. So what's going on there? But with YouTube, they have tremendous infrastructure, and it's just a matter of them, they've got infrastructure and audience. So it's just a matter of them coming up with a really cool solution for mobile and making those notifications so that people can get updated and get people onto your live stream. And wow, it could be just incredible. So what about Facebook? Okay, so what I've seen with Facebook is that the adoption of Facebook mentions has been super fast. And at the moment, people are getting more views and more likes and more engagement on Facebook with video. So YouTube, in a way, is a little bit behind now. But they still have better infrastructure when it comes to live video streaming. But Facebook is catching up incredibly fast. The thing is, they've got the audience and they've got the engagement. And YouTube is lacking a little bit there and certainly starting to fall behind a bit. YouTube is still massive though. So I think this is why I'm saying, those are the two big horses for me to watch in 2016 and beyond. But who knows? There could be another service that comes out. Maybe it's Periscope or Meerkat or Blab or another one that comes out and totally crushes everyone else. Like we saw back in the day with MySpace, Facebook came out and then MySpace kind of disappeared. Who knows whether something similar will happen with Facebook or YouTube or Meerkat or Twitter or Periscope or whatever other services are available right now. Who knows what's going to happen? My take on it is, given what I'm seeing at the moment and the trends and what I'm learning from other people, is that those are the two, Facebook and YouTube. So that's a little bit of my prediction, and just in terms of setup. I do have a little bit of a disclaimer here though, a bit of a disclaimer, two of them. First of all, a little heart there. This stuff is not for the faint-hearted, especially if you want to go a bit more professional. For the mobile applications that help you do this, super easy. But if you want to take things to the next level, certainly not for the faint-hearted. The next little disclaimer that I have here is that really, for me, especially in terms of what I'm doing, I'm still very much in the experimental stages. So what I'm talking about here today is, in a sense, an experiment, but also a prediction, but it's based on quite a big gut feeling and me being in the industry for about 10 years already. But that's just a quick disclaimer to get that out of the way. All right, so what's next here? So the why. Why? Why do we want to look at YouTube live events in particular? Well, I think let's just cover this thing first, because a lot of people have been asking me, why YouTube and why not Periscope or why not Meerkat or why not Blab? So I have a special relationship with YouTube, not so much with Facebook, bit of a slip of the tongue there. And I've been on YouTube for a long time now. This is where I've built my audience in the past. I've had a bit of a break over about 2 or 3 years, but I've never really got into the Facebook thing. So I have a bit of a relationship there, so I am a little bit biased. But when I look at the landscape, the number one thing that gets me with YouTube and the live events is that there's this massive infrastructure for video, and especially for live video at the time. When you go and do a Periscope, or when you go and do a Blab, or even when you go and do a Facebook Mentions live event, what happens to that content? So on Periscope, it only lasts for about 24 hours. On Blab, I'm not even sure how long it lasts. On Facebook, it does stay, but it gets scrolled down in the stream, right? It's not like it becomes a searchable thing. On YouTube, on the other hand, when you run your live stream on YouTube, it stays there. And it goes out to the whole YouTube community. You have the potential, at least, for that. And it becomes searchable. It becomes searchable. Not only afterwards, but also becomes searchable before you run your live event and during. Now, this is a massive advantage that you don't currently have on any of the other services. So, for example, I'm going to do a quick test here with all the other ones that I've been running for the last 2 weeks. This was the case, but I think today's one is a little bit more special because I think there's, I'm using slightly more competitive keywords. But let's just have a quick look to see whether my video from today, the video that you're watching right now, is actually ranking live on YouTube right now. So let me just set this up. So if I go to YouTube, and I'll share the screen here. So there's the live event right now. Let's make that a little bit bigger. And I'm going to do 2 examples. I'll do this long one first. Yes, we'll do this long one first. I'm pretty sure that should rank. So if I do a search for that title now, look at that. My video comes up as number 1. So already my video is searchable, even though this is being run live at this very moment. Let's see if it works for a slightly more competitive keyword phrase. I have no idea where this is going to rank, whether it'll be number 1 again as well. So it's not number 1, but it's number, so 1, 2, 3, 4, number 4. And just when I looked earlier today, before I ran this live, this was actually like on page 3 or something like that. So now it's jumped all the way to number 4 on this page. And who knows, maybe it'll eventually jump to number 1. And the way to get to number 1 these days with your videos, one of the ways at least, is to increase your watch time. So by increasing watch time, you show a signal to YouTube that your content is valuable to watch, and they want to get people to stay on YouTube. So it makes sense. So they'll likely rank your content more. They'll likely look at your channel and go, hey, that channel is a lot more authoritative because a lot of people are staying there and watching it. So at the moment, we've got a bunch of people in the room. If you all stay for an hour, that means for each one of you, you've added an hour's worth of watch time to my channel. Now, at this point in time, we've been at it for 28 minutes already, from right when the thing started. I'm not sure if all of you will have been on since the beginning, but that's already quite a few hours that I would have added to my channel and to this video, which is huge. It's massive. Now, you don't get this benefit on any of the other services. So you run a stream on Periscope, the next day it's gone. And if you want to get it onto YouTube where it becomes searchable, you miss out on all that live interaction, that watch time, and all those other benefits that you can get on YouTube. On Facebook, it's kind of tough at the moment because what I'm noticing, a lot of people are getting tremendous engagement on Facebook. The trouble with Facebook, and this might be a temporary thing, is that's why I'm saying you should watch them and keep them as part of your strategy, is that once it's gone down in the stream, people don't see it anymore and they can't search for it unless they maybe go to your page, where they can see all your videos and then watch it afterwards. But it's not searchable at the moment. I understand that Facebook is fixing that, and I think YouTube really needs to watch out for when that happens because that's going to be a massive game changer. Okay, so what else do we have here? Why live in particular? So I've been banging on about live events. Let me just share my screen here. So live events in particular for quite a while now, but I think there are 3 big reasons. The first one is that for me at the moment, there is nothing else that engages as much as live video streaming. Nothing comes close to it. When you think about getting people on a call, getting them engaged, and getting them to watch your content and engage with you and connect with you, and I can't think of anything else that's better than that. So this goes for all of them. So whether it's Periscope, Facebook, Meerkat, Blab, whatever, the engagement levels on these things are through the roof. So, and what do you get when you get engagement? What is this all about? Where does this all lead? Of course, when you get engagement, if you follow that along, people are paying attention to you, right? They're paying attention. It's not about the views anymore. It's not about the number of hits you get anymore. It's about how many people you can engage and how many people can you keep their attention for, and how many people you can connect with, and then as a result, do whatever else. Influence, get people to take a certain action, like sign up for your cause, join your political party, sign up for a newsletter, buy your product, whatever it is. When you have that engagement and that connection, that puts you in that position of influence where you can do this. And there's nothing else at the moment that I can see that does it better than live video. Okay, what else is there? Content. Oh my goodness. So I've touched on this just a little bit before. When it comes to content creation, I've so far found that there's nothing that beats it. Nothing that beats it in terms of how quickly you can create it, and nothing that beats it in terms of how easily it is to rank that on a place like YouTube and to start getting traffic for it. Let me just show you a couple of examples here of some things that I've been doing over the last few years with live events. I've just been playing around. I haven't even gone full out on this. I'm going to share with you my plan for the rest of the year, and you can follow along with this experiment with me, but I'll just show you some of the experiments that I've done in the past and some of the results that I've been able to get. So check this out. So here are a few of my past videos that seem to be ranking pretty well. So there's the video that I got that I had about why YouTube live events is going to crush everything online. So that one ranked pretty well. I can't remember, but I just wanted to show this as example. So here, if you type in YouTube video advertising, this is one I did. It's more than a year ago now. This video ranked #1 here on YouTube for a long time, and I even outranked Google. I outranked YouTube. YouTube video ads. Look at this one; had 28 million views. My video for a while there was #1, and the YouTube one was #2. So this is now already a year ago. So there's other people now that's obviously been able to outrank me since then. But I haven't had to do anything for that video. It's just been sitting there getting me traffic every day, day in, day out. I think I might have actually more than one video ranking here on the first page. There's another one that I've got. How to make your video ads work. I didn't even optimize for that keyword phrase. And that's also on the first page there. Let's see if there's another one. Okay, there's those two. I used to have 3 there. Anyway, that's a pretty competitive keyword phrase, YouTube video advertising. Here's another one. Video editing hacks. Number one, boom. This is one I just did 3 months ago. So 3 months ago, that video has been sitting there number one, pulling in traffic. I don't have to do a thing day in, day out. And for this one, I didn't even have to prepare any content. I actually interviewed someone else, an expert who knew a lot about video editing, JB, Justin Brown from Primal Video. He might be in the room today. I haven't been checking. But I interviewed him, and it was a great call. Went on my channel, boom, it ranks number one for that keyword phrase. How awesome is that? So a couple more. Here's one, local video marketing. Local video marketing, number one. Number one, I've been number one there for the last 10 months. How awesome is that? Here's one, build a personal brand. So Gary Vaynerchuk's doing pretty well here, but I'm currently sitting number 1, 2, 3, 4 on this one. And this one was just like a week ago, and this was just like a silly video. I didn't even really prepare for this. I just sort of went on a limb. I thought, hey, this would be a cool topic, and I thought I'll run a live event, and boom, it's already ranking there number 4. How cool is that? Now, my theory is that the more and more you do this, the more you increase your watch time on your channel, the more your whole channel will increase in its authority as well, and the more, as a result, and easier, your videos will start ranking on YouTube. My number one source of traffic at the moment is through search on YouTube. Search and then suggested videos. So, it might be the same for you as well, where you get most of your traffic from search. And if you can increase your rankings on YouTube for your videos, and you provide great content and great value to your audience where you really connect with them, that's going to help you tremendously in the future. Okay, next thing I want to show you is this. Why now? Why live events now? So I want to draw an interesting little picture here for you. That looks like that one that I've just got there. So if you look at, in terms of trends here, of the history of the internets, it kind of looks a bit like this. So way back, I can't even remember when, the internet started, right? And this was the dawn of content. And this is very soon afterwards that Bill Gates came up with the famous phrase, content is king. And we saw the internet sort of had a slowish start and then, massively increase. And we're still on the uptrend there because a lot of third world countries are not even on the internet yet. Then a few years later, we had YouTube. They launched, I think that was back in 2005. And they had their own little curve. I think they had a slower growth than just internet, but then all of a sudden massively started increasing. We've had, since then, Facebook joined in the game as well, and then Facebook video as well. And they are each on their curves as well. And Facebook video, Mark Zuckerberg predicted or said that by 2017, most of the content on Facebook will be video. It's just insane. I'm getting 8 billion views at the moment, it's just crazy. Now, what we're going to see here is kind of, for the last 2 or 3 years, we've been seeing live events. And, we're at the beginning of the curve here. And I think there's potential here to go massive with this stuff. When it comes to traffic and engagement, I don't know if there's going to be anything better than YouTube live events. So I'm just going to go live here. So this might not just be YouTube. It might be, YouTube, it might be Facebook, or whoever else who joins in the race. So I think that's sort of, a reason to get into it because we're right at the beginning of the curve still. And the massive wave is coming. And I think this massive wave is probably going to come a lot faster than these waves here in the past because we already have the infrastructure set up from the past. And now all you got to do is just get there in front of this existing audience who's going to adopt this technology, especially now with mobile in the mix, because it's so easy now. This growth curve is just going to go through the roof. And you want to start positioning yourself already now before this wave comes. I've been known to predict things 2 to 3 years in advance, sometimes to my benefit and sometimes to my loss, because I'd get out before the big wave comes, and sometimes I'd be well positioned for it. So I wanted to give you a heads up. This thing is big. I've got a big feeling about it, and I want you to be ready for when the wave comes. All right, so let's look at what else we got here on my little slides. So let's dig into the what now. Actually, before we do that, I was going to have a quick look at some of the comments coming through, and maybe I can even share my screen here so you guys can see the comments. All right, let's see if I can make this a little bit better for you guys to see. Let's bring that in like this. Yeah, cool. All right. Oh, no, not like that. My apologies. Do that again. Cool, there you are. Okay, so let's see what we have here. A lot of comments coming through. Love the intro, etc., from Gold Coast, Tracy, da-da-da. Amazing content as always. Absolutely, I love giving amazing content. No, there's a lot more coming. Rapid Sport Bulgaria. Lindsay is saying the really great benefit of streaming on YouTube is that they pay you to host it through AdSense and it's free to use. Cool. Diane saying, how are you doing screen sharing? Oh, with magic. I might share that a little bit later, Diane. Just make sure you ask about that again. So a lot of questions coming through. I really just want to make sure that everything is still going smooth. So everything's still going good. Fantastic. And Terry, yes, what are you using to stream this live? Today I'm using Wirecast on my desktop, but I'll dig into that a little bit more soon. So just let me know if there's any issues, guys. I just want to make sure that everything is all still good for me to continue. But it looks like, by judging by your comments, there's no big issues at the moment. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing, the actual strategy. Now, I actually have, about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I was sitting at an event that I was speaking at. There were about 300 people in the room. Baz Gardner was on stage, and he talked about some pretty cool stuff when it comes to digital marketing. And one of the things he mentioned was remarketing. That sparked one idea about what I could be doing here with my channel and live video streaming. And I came out with this drawing, this diagram of what I think could be a really awesome strategy for helping you grow your YouTube channel. So I've already started using this, but I'm going to be using it a lot more. This is what I'm saying, joining me. It's not for the faint-hearted. This is part of the experiment. We're right at the beginning, but I want to share with you guys what I'm doing, and maybe you can follow along. Maybe you can watch what I'm doing, watch me succeed, watch me fail. Who knows what's going to happen? Or do it yourself as I'm doing it as well, and maybe we can all share with each other in this community. Okay, so I'm going to draw you this picture now and explain to you the strategy, and then maybe you can use it for your own channel as well. Okay, so let me just set this up with a new drawing because, yes, there we go. All right, so there we go. So I'm going to draw this out. So we talked about the benefits of live video, etc., etc. My take on it is that the more often you can do it, the better it's going to be. Because look at that. Every time I go live, I seem to rank like really high in the search engines. If you do that every day or even multiple times of the day for really cool keywords, what's that going to do to your rankings? What's that going to do to your views? What's that going to do to your overall growth of your channel? It has to help. So we already know that when you publish regularly, pre-recorded and edited content, that gives signals to YouTube that you're serious about it and you start ranking better. Casey Neistat is a really good example of that. It took him 5 years to get to like 1 million subscribers where he just randomly uploaded stuff. Then all of a sudden he started uploading every single day at the same time. 6 months later, he's on 2 million subscribers. Incredible story. So if you haven't yet seen Casey, join his channel, super inspirational. Okay, so let's dig into this strategy now. Okay, so it comes down to basically creating and delivering content really quickly that's really engaging, that connects with your audience, and that also helps you rank on YouTube and help drive extra traffic to your channel and get more subscribers. And then once you've got that audience, of course, you can do amazing things. Actually, I might just draw another picture for you first. So this is something I've been teaching for years now. I first taught it with my rapid video blogging course that I released in 2010. Since then, a lot of people have been using that exact same strategy to grow their businesses and grow their channels. And that strategy hasn't changed, but it can be now emphasized with the things I'm going to show you. So what it looked like was like this. You start off with basically your audience, right? So there's a bunch of folks here on YouTube. They come to your YouTube channel, watch your little videos, right? And then from there, you can build your audience. You can build your subs, but you can also direct them to your email database. So your email database or whatever you are using for building your business. I like sending people to an email database. I haven't been doing it lately much. I've been really just focusing on my subscriptions, but in the future, you'll see that I'll probably start driving people more to an opt-in where they can sign up for my email database. And the reason you do this is so that you can then have much more control. You own this audience, whereas you don't own your audience on YouTube, but you do if they're on an email database. And then from there, you can do all sorts of cool stuff. You can, for example, send people back to your channel whenever you have a new video uploaded. You can send people to offers that you might have if you don't want to do it on YouTube. You can send people to Facebook, to get more likes. You can send people to Twitter to get more subscribers. Same thing on YouTube. You can send them to YouTube to get more subscribers as well, just for that specific purpose. The other cool thing you can do, if you've been following what I've been doing over the last 2 years or so, is do remarketing. Or you can upload, sorry, not remarketing, but you can upload this list to Facebook for Facebook ads and for AdWords ads as well, and then advertise directly to the people on this list, which is just incredible. So this has been the overall strategy. And what I would do in the past with these videos, they would all be pre-recorded videos. And I try and do them like once a week on a regular basis. Once I go live, boom, send an email out and increase interaction, increase engagement. So this doesn't change. But what changes now is how you create these videos. And so the way it's going to look is like this. Let me create another one here. So the way it's going to look is more like this. And I'm going to draw this out in like a week sort of period. So let's say this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just for good measure, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday there. So there's your weekend. I take a break on the weekends, by the way. But here's now what you can do. So what I found with live events, when I try and run a live event every day and it's really long, people kind of freak out and they go, Gideon, I just don't have the time to watch such long content every single day. So anyway, it doesn't matter too much when it comes to engagement, but it does matter for the replay. Because you see, if you just have like really long videos on your channel all the time, people are going to go, that's way too long. I don't have time for it. Nobody's going to watch it. So what you got to do, I think, is mix it up with shorter videos and longer videos. Have both. Mix it up. So maybe even have 3 things there. Your normal pre-recorded videos, short live video events, and longer live video events. Like today's one is the longer one. Okay. So the way it looks is like this. So on Monday, you might have a quick live event. Maybe it's only like 10 minutes long. Tuesday, same thing. 5 to 10 minute long video. Wednesday, same thing. Another short one. Maybe that's 10 minutes as well. Thursday, same thing. Another live event, all at the same time, 10 minutes. And then Friday, or whichever day suits you best, you have your long day, and that's like 60 minutes long. And this is the one that you do more advanced stuff. Maybe you call it like a workshop. Thanks, Karen, if you're watching this for that sort of phrase. This is more the workshop style video where you go into more detail like I am today. But for these other ones, they're short ones that people can easily consume afterwards. Now, the way that I run these shorter ones is like this. If you look at the video length, I break it up into basically 3 parts. The first part is like my warm-up. And if you've been on my calls before, you will have seen that. And then I have my content. And then at the end, I have Q&A. Now, for these short ones, what I do is afterwards, I go into my video editor on YouTube and I trim the video. I trim it there and I trim it there. And so that I'm only left with a 10-minute section there that goes out as the replay to my audience on YouTube. So this bit here in the front, that might have been like 15 minutes long. And this bit here might have been 30 minutes long. But I cut that out for the replay. But then for the longer one, it's probably a similar structure, but I keep it all in there. So I end up with basically 4 shorter videos every week, every day at the same time, and 1 longer video. And I mix it up that way. Now, the other thing that you can do additionally as well, I'm going to show you how easy this is to do, is to create short little videos that look really good, look very professional, but you do them live and you do them through your mobile app. And these are ones that just, as you get an idea, as you get an inspiration, you pick up your mobile phone and you create these videos just whenever. So then you don't just have 1 video a day, you might have multiple videos a day. But you have these ones, these live events, planned at the same time every day. I'm doing the 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day. You might want to pick a different time depending on when your audience is watching. But then on top of that, if you want to, you could have other random sort of videos just whenever you get the idea. So that way you can capture those awesome ideas and you don't have to wait till the next day to run it as a live event. So imagine this. If you do this for a year, do this for a year long. Every day there's a quick live event. One day a week, there's a longer thing. Okay, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But what do you want to do with this? If you want to build a global audience, imagine what this will do to your watch time on your channel. Imagine what this will do to your engagement with your audience. Imagine what this will do with the relationship that you have with your audience. You guys watching this live right now, how does this make you feel? How does it make you feel that I can speak to you now in real time? Let me know in the comments area. How does it make you feel that you can interact with other people in this room and join their channels if you want? If you right click on their channel, you can open up a new tag and subscribe. You can hover over their channel name if you're on desktop and see how many subscribers they have. Lindsay is in the room, for example. If you hover over her channel, let me show you this. Just show you how you do this. This one, Skype, this one. So there's Lindsay. You know, she's got 218,000 subscribers there. You know, she's sitting in the room. You could make friends with her. You could learn from her. You could go watch what she's doing. Lindsay's actually on the weekly call with Tim Schmoyer where they talk about this stuff. So Terry Lamb is saying this is freaking awesome. Daniel Ames is saying this is interesting stuff. Absolutely. Eileen is saying, hi, this feels great. It feels great, doesn't it? It makes it feels great to me as well because I get to see you guys. I get to speak to you guys. I get to connect with you. Mike Holmes saying this is good stuff. Republic of Random is saying it's really nice to interact during live events. Absolutely. And it's not just me. Like you guys are interacting with each other. You're seeing each other's comments. You make friends with each other. Patricia is saying, what about time differences? Well, yeah, you got to figure out the best time that most of your audience will be able to watch live. But that's why you have the strategy where you have shorter content during the week, and then one day of the week you have the longer one. And so the shorter ones are basically more for the replays, and the longer one is for the one that you promote out and actually promote out. And that's actually a good point. What I think you can do as well with each of these little events that you have, these 4 ones. Let's do this in green. You can promote the event on Friday. See, like this. So each one of these videos, at the end of it, you can say, hey, on Friday, I'm running this cool event. Come and join me. And basically use these pre-events as a warm-up for the bigger event. Another idea is you could have this theme-based. So every week you have a different theme. So you have 4 short videos on the same theme, warming people up for the longer video at the end of the week. So yeah, it might look like a lot of work for you, but you know, I'm an extremist. I love doing stuff in an extreme way. You might want to just do these once a week or once a month. But you know, this is the strategy and the structure that you can apply. The time frame might be different for you. Let's have a look at some other comments we got here. Lakeisha saying it's great strategy. Patricia saying, okay, she already mentioned that one. Julie, this is so inspiring. Where did it go? Julie. This is so inspiring, Gideon. I'm going to follow your process and will share updates with you. Fantastic. Yeah, and same goes for everyone else. If you want to follow along, let's share this in our community here that we're building. What else do we have here? It feels inspiring. Absolutely, Maureen. This is fantastic. This is awesome stuff. You know, we've got billions of people at our disposal here. The only thing separating from you and getting access to that audience is this little camera here and the internet and your computer. You just got to go out there and be in front of them. Move yourself in front of them. And I think YouTube live events is the way to do it. Let's have a quick update here. Let's have a quick update because I've got a funny feeling here that as my watch time increases on my video, it might just increase my ranking. So currently I'm number 3 there. Let's see if I hit refresh, whether that's improved. Okay, so it hasn't improved yet. So this will be interesting to watch over the next few days, whether this ranking increases as my watch time increases as well. Very interesting to watch. Some more comments here. Let's see what else people are saying. Gregory saying, great, cool. NXS Web Radio saying, it feels nice. Republic of Random, a few more comments. NXS saying, it's late here, no sleep. Content is great, so I'm not getting sleep. Okay, so some very cool comments here. Terry Lamb's asking, I'd love to know how you are sharing the screen, and I will share that with you in a second. Maybe I can go into more details during Q&A, but there's a few more things I want to share with you. Okay, so this is the strategy, guys. This is what I'm using, what I'm going to use at least, for growing my YouTube channel. I've already started. And I've been having a bit of a hiatus from my channel for about 2 or 3 years. It's only this year that I've started getting back into things again. So I'm really still at the beginning. It almost feels like I'm starting from scratch again. And that's why I'm doing all these experiments. But I just think that with what I've learned in terms of my experience, what I've seen, what I'm seeing the big guns are doing, there's something here, and we are at the beginning of the wave. I've picked this so many times before. I've picked like 5 massive waves over the last 10 years, and I've prepared businesses for all of them. Some of them I was too early, some of them I gave up too early, some of them I managed to ride the wave, but this is one of them, and for me, this is the one that I have the biggest feeling about so far. I could be totally wrong, but I think there's something here. So, okay, what else do we have to show here? So I think that's the strategy in a nutshell. Of course, if you want to accentuate this now, if you've been following what I've been doing over the last 2 years, I've been doing video advertising. Now, if you want to accentuate this, this is like a ninja thing. You could be driving video ads. Oh, you can't see that. Let me just redo that a bit. Let me rub this out. You could be driving, let's do this in green. You could be driving little video ads to your videos here. You could drive them potentially to your live events every day if you've got the budget. But I would probably recommend you do is, instead of doing that, every time you run one of these live events, you set them up as an actual ad that goes straight to your video at the end of the week. And so you start promoting it out every week with your video ads. You can also put up a separate in-stream ad that specifically promotes this live event one day of your week. I mean, if you've got the funds, how quickly could you build this up? How crazy could you set up a massive live audience? The principle for me at the moment that I'm seeing, and this is still early days, but what I'm seeing at the moment is that for every viewer that I get, so every viewer that I get live, I tend to get about 30 replays, right? So what this means at the moment for my channel, and hopefully this would increase as well as we go, is that say if I get 1,000 views live, I should be able to get, within a couple of days, 10,000 replays. This is the ratio that I'm looking at the moment. Now let's up this again. What if you have 10,000 people? So it's not 10,000, it's 30,000 here. 30,000. That's a lot of people to influence. What if I get 10,000 people live? And this is kind of looking really crazily into the future, but you see people get this. There's some people who pull a big crowd on live. If the same principle holds, it's like within a couple of days, that's like 300,000 views. 300,000 people you could be influencing. So this is obviously, I'm drawing these sort of things for you to as a parallel, as a sort of an inspirational thing to look forward to. And I think, this is the sort of thing that inspires me and something that I'm aspiring to be able to achieve sometime in the future. Okay. Fuzzy math, but I like it, says Arlene. Yeah, sorry, my math is not the best, but you get the idea. Okay. So let's look at what else I've got here. Okay, let's go back to the big slides here. All right, so we've talked about the what now. So now you're probably wondering about the how. I've had a few questions here about how. How do you actually do this? So first of all, I recommend you watch the last few videos on my channel, the ones just before this one. There is one that I've done a while ago on how to do live events using a proper professional setup with Wirecast. I might do another one because there's been a lot of updates since I've done that. But more recently, I've been showing people how to run YouTube live events using just their mobile phone. And it's incredible. So I'll be sharing quickly now with you again the tools that I use for doing this. So there's an easy way and there's a more difficult, harder way. There's an easy way and a more difficult, harder way. And I want to show you the quick editing hack as well for how I implement that strategy that I've just shown you. So in terms of the easy way, is essentially through mobile. When you set this up on a desktop with a professional setup, lots of gear, lights, everything, it's not for the faint-hearted. I can guarantee you that. You need a really good computer. You need to have 10 different hands. You probably need someone else to run it for you. I've been able to practice enough so I can do it all by myself. But if you're learning from the beginning, it's not easy doing it through the hard, more professional way. But now with mobile apps coming out, it is so easy. So there's three actually mobile apps that I want to share with you that are really awesome. And I've done the reviews for 2 of them just earlier this week. So make sure you go and check that out if you haven't seen them yet. So let's have a look at some of these apps. So the first one is Wirecast Go. And I've just been raving about this little app. Beautiful little app. You can just go into the iPhone store, iPhone App Store, and download it. There's a free version. You pay like $5 to upgrade, and it just does an amazing job. And you can even pull in comments, from the live event. It is just so cool. And you can see also how many people are watching at the same time. It is just the bee's knees. And to me, this is the easiest one so far, to just go live. It is just incredible. It connects straight to YouTube, and you stream straight from your phone, straight to YouTube. Just make sure you got a good internet connection, especially good upload speeds. The second one that I've reviewed is this one called Live Air Solo. This is another really awesome app. It also connects straight to YouTube. It's a little bit more difficult to use, but in the big scope of things, it's still super easy. What I love about this one is that you can pull in different clips. Look at this interface, for example, here. You can pull in different clips that are sitting on your phone and stream them live while you're talking over them if you want to. You can pull in your logo or overlays or whatever else. You have a ton of control over the audio. You can control like the quality of your stream. It's almost like a professional video streaming studio on your phone. This one is free at the moment. They do also have another app that's more expensive, that's got a lot more bells and whistles, but this one already does awesome stuff. You can do like lower thirds, for example. It is just incredible what you can do these days with just your mobile phone. Once again, this is on the iPhone store as well. And I'll mention one for Android users in just a second. A third one that I've been testing is called Switcher Studio. Now, I didn't do a review on this because when I tested this, I think you get a 7-day free trial. And it works awesomely. And I was really amazed by this. What was cool about this one is that you can pull in different cameras just through your phone. You can connect up other iPhone, iOS devices and pull in their different cameras. You can even share your computer screen on this as well. Last time I checked, I don't think you could pull in little video clips, unfortunately, but maybe that is part of the feature set that I just missed. The only trouble with this one is that after those 7 days, you've got to pay a subscription fee to be able to use it. But it is super easy. It's a ton easier than my proper desktop setup. Okay, now for Android, there is one called Live in 5. So I haven't used this one. Justin Brown from Primal Video. Check out his channel, Primal Video. I'm not sure if he's in the room today. I haven't seen him today. But that app is one that he tested, and he seemed to say that it worked pretty well. So Live in 5 for Android. Now, for the more pro setup, if we look at the more pro setup here, so this is, as I'm saying, not for the faint-hearted. If you're going to be doing this yourself, you probably want to have someone else helping you out, especially at the beginning. You can do what I did, teach yourself how to do it. Do it so much that the activities and the actions become subconscious, so that when you're running a live event all by yourself, like I'm doing today, you can switch things and move things around and switch different screens and all this sort of stuff without really thinking about it. It's gone subconscious. At the beginning, it was crazy for me, so many moving parts, but now, because a lot of it's subconscious, I can do it so easily. So the software that I recommend for that, I'll recommend a couple. So the one that I use and that's most reliable for me, it comes with its quirkiness, is actually called Wirecast Play. And this is interesting because when you search for Wirecast Play, it's not easy to find. Actually, if you Google it, let's just quickly Google it, because it used to be easier to find it. I think they're trying to hide it, but it's a lot cheaper than the other version. So Wirecast Play. If you Google it, it is it's the second link here. If you go to the first one, you can't find it. And YouTube used to link to it from inside YouTube, but they don't anymore. But if you go to this second link here, it goes to this page here, and looks like you can download Wirecast Play from here, and then upgrade later on to the more pro versions. I've got the super pro version, but I think there's 3 versions. There's the free version that allows you to just muck around a little bit and test it. There's the next version up, which I think is about $250 or something like that. I can't remember, but it gives you more flexibility with editing your shots and stuff like that. But then the third level up is the more pro one, which allows you to bring in different audio sources and sync them up and all this sort of stuff. So if you don't do the audio thing like I do with a separate mic, you probably don't need the top one. But yeah, you can get started for free with that as well. Now there's another one that is pretty cool as well, especially if you're on PC. This probably makes more sense. And this one's called Open Broadcaster. It's 100% free. It's open source software. I haven't tested this on PC, but it sounds pretty good. I've tested one of the latest or fairly recent ones for Mac, and it's pretty good. It still lacks a little bit in features, but if you're on a budget, you can try this one out for Mac as well, and it does a pretty good job. What I found with this one is that it uses a lot less processing power, and it's a lot lighter, and it's free. So that's a pretty cool one. One of my subscribers, I can't remember now, recommended this to me. I checked it out, and it was at the time they didn't have the Mac version, so I couldn't really test it. But now, they've come up with a Mac version, and they've been having some cool updates. So it seems pretty stable, but when I tested it the very first time, it crashed a few times, and I thought, I don't want to be running a live event and then my software crashes. So just test that out, make sure that it actually is stable before you go and do big live events. Okay, so that is what I've got in terms of the pro way. And by the way, someone's asked in the comments, how do I switch screens and stuff like that? So I do this through my Wirecast on my desktop. And I actually have on Wirecast, I wonder if I can share this with you guys. So I think I can. So if I share the main screen again, and I get this window on here. So this is fully behind the scenes that you're seeing right now. So this is what Wirecast Play looks like. I've got different shots here. For example, if I click on one here, it'll go to my camera. If I click on main screen, it'll go to my other screen, where I'm sharing this window from now. I've got a bunch of other things as well. This is where I can do stuff like bring in my intros, like my beginning screen, this one here that you saw at the beginning. There's, I can bring in little intros. It's pretty cool software. So you can either switch here using your keyboard or your mouse, or what I do is I've used a little app on my iPad, one of my older iPads, called Paladin. It's about $100. It's a little bit iffy to install and get going, but once you got it working, you can switch. Look at this. I can switch now between, say, the local desktop and my main camera. How cool is that? Or let's look at the comments there. How cool is that? So, as I'm saying, this is more advanced to set up. It's not easy, it's not straightforward, but once you got it going, once you got it tested, it works pretty sweet, and you can run some pretty awesome live events with this setup. Okay, great. Now I want to share with you a really cool little editing hack. So remember when I showed, let me just go back there, this strategy for you, right? So for each of these little videos, these short ones, I said that I have this sort of a structure here, right? Where I begin with the warm-up, and then I have my content, and then I have my Q&A. So what I do is I trim this beginning part out and the end part out as well, so I end up with a nice short video. And you can do this with your longer events too if you want to tidy it up a bit. So inside YouTube, there's a special little function that allows you to do that. So let me see if I can quickly show that for you guys. I hope I've got an example that I can show you. Let me just set that up and get for you guys a video. Let's see. So, yes, actually, this is a good one. This is a good example. So if you've got a video there, say this is your live stream that you did throughout the week, what you can do is you can, once it's been processed, you can go to enhancements. If you click on the enhancements little button, and then inside that, you'll see this little trim function here. This is the coolest function, because when you click on that, it allows you to do some very basic editing. So it's not really editing, it's just more trimming. So I'm just going to pause that. And so once it's loaded, you can see I've already trimmed something off there. But, for example, if you bring the scrubber over here, I can go split the screen, and then I can cut this bit out. If I hit this little cross here now, it'll remove this bit. So if this was my beginning fluff that I had at the beginning, I can just remove it, and then I could go to the end where the Q&A starts and split it there and just remove that part as well. And then I end up with a beautiful, nice, short, engaging video that people can watch as a replay afterwards without staying there for like a whole hour. And they can just watch the short version of it. So just go ahead and click on done and then save, and you're ready to rock. Is that cool or what? So what happens, what's important to note here is that this video, it doesn't create a new URL. It actually edits this video on the same URL. So it's not like the video editor where if you want to do video editing there, you can't edit an existing video because it creates a new video and a new URL, which is a pain. With this, it does it on the same video, which is just crazy cool. Let me know if you think that's cool in the comments area. I'd love to know your thoughts. In general, let me know if this is cool. Give us a thumbs up if you like what I'm doing today. If you like what I've shared with you today, if you think it's useful, if you think it's something that's going to change your life in how you're going to grow your channel, share this with somebody that you think will find this useful too. If you know someone else who's trying to grow their channel or someone who's just getting into it, if you think this might be useful to them, share this with other innovators and early adopters, because currently this is for the early adopters and innovators. The mainstream is still coming. Share it with anybody that you think might find this useful. Okay, so let's see, what else do I have here for my slides? Okay, so that was the how part, and there's a lot more to it than. Sorry, not sharing it. So that was the how part. There's a lot more to it, of course, than what I've just shown you. I can probably have a whole session just on Wirecast and how to set that up. I can probably have like 2 or 3 sessions on that. But really, now the final thing for you, now that you know what I've shared with you, now that you know that, I reckon it's going to be YouTube or Facebook. It's going to be running the show. That's my prediction. The point, though, is that live is going to be huge. Huge for engagement, huge for content, huge for audience building. And these trends, we're right at the beginning of the trend. And I've shared with you the strategy. And I've even shared with you how to do it. You've got everything you need. You've got all the tools you need. The next steps for you now is to start playing. Do what I'm doing. Come and join me. Come and join me in this new community that I'm building here. Yes, I'm doing live events. Yes, I'm teaching about live events. But what is this about? For me, this is about helping you get your message out there to as many people as possible. And not just getting it out there, but really connecting with people on a deep, deep level. Because I know when you connect with people, that's when things start happening for you. I can't tell you how much my life has changed since I went back to basics. And I actually got this from my 5-year-old little girl. I got to a point in my business where I was just not enjoying it anymore. And I realized I was not having any fun. And I was looking around me and other people and other business friends, and they're also not having fun. So I couldn't even ask them how to have fun. No adults I could see around me was having fun. So I looked at my 5-year-old little girl, Lucy, and I noticed she was just having heaps of fun. And I was thinking, why am I not having fun? So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to ask her. So I said one day to Lucy, how do you, can I interview you? Can I ask you a question? Because I'm struggling to have fun. How do you have fun? And she goes, Daddy, you just play. And it was so profound. It was so incredibly profound. And since that day, I made a vow. I said, from now on, I want to have a lot more fun in my business, and I want to play. And I'm inviting you to play with me with this YouTube live event thing, or just YouTube, or just live video streaming. And I think as we have fun together like this, we're going to grow together. We're going to learn a lot more. We are going to have fun. And through having fun, we're going to learn and just do some amazing things together. So this is my call to action to you. As soon as you get off this call, go and download those apps on your phone. Start thinking about what your audience wants and how you can have fun with them. And start streaming your first session live. If you're freaked out about it, you can stream just as an unlisted video. It doesn't even have to go public. Just test it with unlisted just to get the feel of it. Once you get comfortable with it, then go public. But this is my challenge to you. It's easy. Go and watch my videos where I do the reviews of these apps. It's awesome. This is the time. This is now the time. This is your year, 2016. This is when things are coming together. This is when a ton of trends are coming together. We've got mobile, we've got video, we've got live streaming, we've got video advertising, all these things coming together all at once. We've never lived in a time like now. It is incredible what you can do. So I'd encourage you to do it. So I'm going to switch over to Q&A now. Thank you so much for joining me and watching and being part of this journey with me. And I know there's going to be a lot more awesome updates. Maybe I can interview you. I've already got Lindsay there. She's just saying, happy to have you here, Cinnamon. Okay, Lindsay, I'm actually going to interview Lindsay. And I just discovered Lindsay through one of these live events. She came on and commented, and it's like, wow, let's do something together. I'd love to interview. So I'm going to interview Lindsay. Same thing for you. You're going to meet people and you're going to create awesomeness. So I'm going to have a quick little outro here, and then going to jump into Q&A and answer your questions for you. All right, so here we go. Thanks for watching. Okay, so how was that? I didn't really keep a big eye on the comments today because I wanted to just focus on the content for you. So I've probably missed a ton of the conversation today. Normally with a smaller audience as well, I have a bit more time to look at the comments. But I'm happy to answer some more specific questions for you right now that you might have. Maybe it's about the software that I'm using. Maybe it's about how I switch my screens. Maybe it's my lighting equipment. Maybe it's about the strategy. Now is the time for you to ask a question, and I'll do my best to answer it for you. I'll probably leave about 15 to 30 minutes to do that, depending on how many questions there are. We've got quite a few people in the room today. So let's see how we go. And, by the way, if you've liked what I've done and you haven't yet, make sure you share this with someone. Share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, share it on email, on Skype. If you're thinking that I've given you some nice value bombs today, please share it. Please share it with someone that you think would find this useful. Maybe share it with more than someone, with as many as possible that you think would find this useful. Also, give us a thumbs up. And get engaged in the comments here. So let's have a look at some of the questions. So this is going to be a bit difficult to really see what's happening here. I'll see if I can get it up on the screen. So let's see, lots of smiley faces here. Okay, so thank you if you invited people. Okay, so I'm just gonna. So Republic of Random, really inspiring speech there, Gideon. You're welcome. Patricia saying, okay, this could be fun. I'm not a techie, but I'm willing to give it a try. Yeah, absolutely. On mobile phone, you don't have to be a techie. Seriously, you just need a good internet connection, your mobile phone, especially iPhone, or Android with the Live in 5 app, and you're ready to rock. So you don't need to be techie, especially when you're getting started. So the question here from Yanni Langeveld: does the clipping change the resolution of the video like the editor? As far as I can tell, Yanni, no, it doesn't. The final video that you get looks awesome. Like I stream at 720p, and that final video, once I've trimmed it, streams at downloads at 720p for people as well. So it doesn't seem to make a difference. Let's see, what else do we have here? I'm so used to that white brick background. Gideon, do you ever slice off the Q&A and have them as a separate video? Okay, so I did cover that. Julie, just going back here. It's so weird seeing that video with completely white background. It must be referring to one of my previous videos. There's a lot of information here, absolutely. Are you doing live events frequently to get your own analytics? Jairo or Yairo, I'm not sure what you're asking there, but if you're asking about whether I'm doing this to improve my own analytics, absolutely. And actually, there's a really cool app that I could recommend for you to check that. It's actually the YouTube one. It's called YouTube Studio. Wonder if that'll focus. See that one there? So it's called YouTube Studio. Download that on, I'm pretty sure it'll be on Android as well, iPhone or Android. And it just shows you your stats. And I've been pretty amazed with how it's increased my overall channel watch time. In fact, it's increased all my analytics, like my subscribers. It took a while for my subscribers to start increasing, but they're starting to increase now over a 28 period that I'm looking at it. It's increased my watch time. It's increased session time as well. I'm not sure that's being shown. It's increased my views. It's even increased my the money that I'm making from AdSense, even though I've only got like 3 videos monetized, and even though I'm not monetizing these live streams, it's increased my income from that as well, which is kind of crazy. Not that that's a big stream for me, because it's not what I focus on. So definitely, I do check those analytics, and I do, that's part of the reason why I'm doing this, because I want to improve what I'm doing. Paladin, so Republic of Random had that spelled correctly. So the Paladin app, beautiful little app for switching. Gotta love the infinite screen effect. Yeah, that happens. Okay, so Zoe saying good night. Hey, thanks Zoe for being on the call again. I'm not sure if you're still here. Hey, Justin's in the house. So Justin is here, so make sure you subscribe to Justin as well. I'm not gonna go back too far with comments. It's just so many. I'm just gonna see if there's more recent comments, because they're probably coming through at quite a prolific speed. Let's see. Lindsay saying, Yanni, no, it keeps it the same. I've used it in the trim off of the high. Can you hear me bits on a live stream? Yeah. So Lindsay's just confirming there what I said before about trimming. It doesn't change the quality. We have a few little bit of interactions here. So Republic of Random is, come on, Gideon, you're going to make me do it. Is that what you tried to say? Absolutely. Yeah. Well, that's why I'm doing these. I want you to do it. I want you to do it. I want you to build your audience through this stuff. I want you to connect with people. I want you to change the world. Republic of Random, this is your call. This is your calling. Why are you here watching me? You're here for a reason. I'm here for a reason. I'm here to give this message to you. You have to do it. If it's pulling you, like this is a pull, right? For me, the stuff that I'm doing now, it's pulling. It's not something that I'm pushing myself. There is something or someone or something bigger that is pulling me. It's like a calling. So figure out what your calling is, Republic of Random, and do it. Jump to that calling. That's the biggest advice I can give you. Jump on it. If there's something calling and pulling it, jump on it. It is so powerful. Okay, Lindsay saying lots of good info at the start of the video, so be sure to catch the replay. Absolutely. Okay, cool. I was thinking that. So you're talking probably to the Art Sherpa. Hey, the Art Sherpa, great to have you here. Laura saying thanks for the next steps into this adventure now on a silver platter. Perfect storms. Yes, it's all coming together, Laura. It is a perfect storm that's been brewing for a long time. I've been seeing it coming. We're just at the beginning of it. Watch this wave. It's already starting to take off. I was watching Kimra Luna, her Facebook channel, a Facebook page, and she's been running these little live events on Facebook, and she is crushing it. She's crushing it. So, and she's doing some awesome work. She is really helping people in a big way, making the world a better place. And that's what it's about, right? It's using your inner gifts, what you've got to offer the world, serving the world, making the world a better place. And this is one of the best platforms I've seen for being able to do that. What else do we have here? Patricia, what is probably the name of the first video where he tells you how to do it? Probably you're talking about the apps that I've been reviewing. So there's a couple there. Let me quickly go to my channel and then I can share that with you. So just opening up my channel page here. So there's a couple videos here. One is called, I'm just going to open this up for you guys. So this one, and let me just pause that, otherwise it's going to be noisy. Hi there, and welcome to another video. Today I'm talking, and there's another one. I'll show you guys on the screen in a second. Welcome. Today I'm doing, so there's two here. Let me share my screen now. So the first one that I reviewed was the Wirecast app review one, and that shows you within 14 minutes the app, how to use it, the pros and cons, and some cool ninja tips as well for using it in a proper way. There's the live solo air app that I reviewed as well, which is pretty cool. I wanted to review the home switcher one, but my membership ran out, my free trial ran out, so I couldn't actually do one unless I paid. I didn't want to pay. I was going cheap on it because I already have all the cool software. So those two you can check out where I explain exactly how to use these apps. This one with Live Air Solo is actually really cool because I show you also how to very quickly create short, very engaging, very professional looking videos where you can bring in little video clips like your intro, animation, and B-rolls, lower thirds, all this sort of stuff. Really amazing little app. So I think that's what you were asking about. So hopefully that answers your question there. Terry is saying, hey, I want to play in my business too. Absolutely, Terry. I can't encourage you more than that to just play. Look, do what the guy who wrote The Hero's Journey, what's his name again? Joseph Campbell. He said, follow your bliss. I mean, all he was really saying is play, play. Like when you see something that's awesome that you think you're going to enjoy doing, just go and do it. Jump on it. Follow your bliss. Play. Because through play, we learn the best. And through play, we discover our talents the best. And through play, we because of that, we become so good at what we're doing, and we naturally become an awesome gift to the world. And then people want to get more of that. They want to get that gift. So play it. Really encourage you to play. Absolutely. We have here Republic of Random. Stream ends a few seconds later. 57 new streams start. Yeah, so I think sometimes that's kind of weird. I think if the connection drops, it just goes out and then it restarts again. I'm not sure what that means. Lindsay is saying, hey, Gideon, the Art Sherpa and I were live today. Fantastic. Awesome. Okay, so everybody, if you're interested in art or crafting sort of stuff, check out Lindsay's channel, the Frugal Crafter, Lindsay Wyrich. Am I pronouncing that right? Sorry, Lindsay, if I'm not. And also the Art Sherpa. Check them out if you're interested in arts and crafts, or you have kids or family members or friends who might be interested in that. They're doing live events as well. So I'm sure they're probably doing it much better than me. So there's more people that you can learn from. See, we're building a community here. How awesome is that? Okay. Maureen is saying, I haven't got super fast broadband. Can I still stream live? So Maureen, that is a problem. I'm not sure where you are. If you're in Australia, what I recommend is getting one of these. It's a Telstra mobile modem, and it's on the Telstra 4G network. That gets me awesome speeds for live streaming. You need about at least, I'd say, 5 megabits per second upload speed to be able to do this properly. But you can do Hangouts as well, but Google Hangouts, I don't know, I don't really like them. The quality is not good enough. This is expensive in Australia, but maybe in your country where you are, you might have other options. But yeah, that is a limiting factor. You do need good internet. So in a way, the world is still catching up a bit to this, but that's what I'm saying. All that's going to catch up. We're still at the beginning of the curve. Once all that infrastructure is ready for the whole world as well, the mainstream is going to get on it. And you want to be well positioned before that already. Okay, what else do we have here? We have Daniel saying, interview me, please, as well. Well, it depends, Daniel. What have you got me to interview about? If you have something awesome that you think you can provide value to this community about, let me know, and I will definitely consider it. Woohoo, thanks from, I'm not sure what all these were about. Sorry, the comments just jumped. Jump. Where do we go? Sorry. It seems to, whenever there's a new comment, it seems to jump. It's quite annoying. Woohoo, there we go. So let's see. What gigabytes are needed for camera? Okay, so Laura Lee Waldorf is asking what sort of speeds you need. Well, similar speeds, because I mean, it depends a bit on what level you want to stream at. With the Live Air Solo app, you can actually select the quality of the stream. So if you select a low quality, then you don't need as much. Normally for 720p, I would recommend between 3 and 5 megabits per second up. The download speed is not as important, but normally that's good enough. But you need at least 3 to 5 megabits per second for 720p. If you want to go 1080p, you probably need double that. So I don't think you can stream at 4K yet on YouTube, not as far as I can tell. Okay, what else do we have here? Hey, from Fraser Carter, I love the video. How would you recommend starting live streaming with no subscribers or views so far? Okay, good question. All right, so here's the thing now that I think YouTube is lagging on. If you look at Periscope, if you look at Facebook, when you run live events there, it seems really easy to get people on your show. I'm not sure, 100% all the things they do to help get people on your show, but with Periscope, for example, it connects with your Twitter account. So when you go live, immediately sends a message out to all your Twitter followers, which is awesome, right? Like a mobile update. On Facebook, similar sort of thing. People come and watch, and then they watch the replay afterwards. It's really engaging. On YouTube, oh my goodness, it's much harder to have that audience at the beginning. And so this is what I'm hoping for. And YouTube, if you're watching, this is something they have to fix, where when you go live, everybody on your subscription list needs to get a mobile update. That's what they have to do. So at the moment, because only some people get it, like I've got close to 40,000 subscribers here, I'm pretty sure not all of them get the update when I go live. almost 100% sure about that. So what you got to do is do other things. So when you set up your live event on YouTube, you can actually connect it to your Google Plus account and your Twitter account as well. And you can have a little update that gets sent out as soon as you go live. That's one thing you can do. In fact, let me quickly show you that actually. Let's go back to my screen here. So these are some simple things you can do. So if I go to YouTube Live Events and I set up a new live event here. Okay, so I can go ahead. Let's just call this, say, test. Blah, and I'm going to just do this as unlisted because I don't want to stream live now. If you go to your advanced settings, there's some cool stuff you can do here under promotions. So you can select this promote through featured content when event is live. So make sure that's selected. So what that one means is that when you're live, when the event is live, down the bottom of your video, it'll have down about there, it'll have this little pop-out thingy. I think it's called call to action overlay. And it'll show up on all your videos on your channel. And I think actually with my one today, I didn't have that selected, which is annoying. So make sure that's selected so that when you're live, everybody watching any video on your channel will see that. So obviously, if you don't have videos and video views, it's not going to help much. There's another one though. So if you look at the one below that, maybe let's just zoom in a bit on this so you guys can see what I'm doing. So the second one here says promote on my channel page. And so what you can do here is you can select, the default is just to promote it just when it goes live. But what you can do is you can have it up to 1 week beforehand to start promoting your event to anybody who comes to your page. But also what I found is that for this, like today's one, my video was already ranking a week ago in the search engines, even though I wasn't, it was still a week before I was running it. So there's a couple of options you can use for promoting it out. And I think that does make a difference. The other thing you can do, so let's just create this event, is when you still set it up, actually, where was it? It might be back at that first step. Or where was it now? No, I'm not sure. I think it might be, where was it now? I think it might be here. No, I can't. Let me just check. It's a place where you can type in a message. Maybe it's under advanced. No, I don't know where it is now. Save changes. Maybe I need to save that. Then it comes up. No. Lindsay, maybe you guys have been doing this. There's basically over here. Maybe it's this is it when it goes public. Yeah, so it's only when it's public that you get this option. There we go. So you can type in a little message here and then say, please share it on Google Plus and also on Twitter. So I'm not sure how effective that is, but I think you might as well do this. If you do have Twitter followers and Google Plus followers, you might as well do it on there as well. But then, I would just recommend all the other normal things. I'm just going to unlist this again and save changes. So it doesn't go into my stream. But there's other things you can do, like getting your friends to share it for you, publishing it on your Facebook page. You can actually publish the YouTube video on your Facebook stream, and then people can watch your YouTube live event on Facebook. How cool is that? Who was it that told me that? Was it JB? Was it Kieran? Was it Leslie? I can't remember. One of my friends told me that you can do that. So apologies if I forgotten who told me that. But that's pretty cool. So yeah, if you've got an email list, send an email out to it. Basically anything. You can drive ads to it, video ads. So if you're interested in that, you can go over to this is a bit of a plug for one of my businesses. So this is, if you go to vroll.com, VRoll is specifically designed for helping you create video ads, that you can send anywhere. But in this case, you'll send it to your live video and get people on there. So you can use VRoll for that. Let's see what other questions we've got here. Okay, let's see. I think, we've read these. What's the first video? It tells interview. Woohoo! Thanks. It's a bit random. Okay, Question from Fraser. Hey, I love the video. How would you recommend starting live streaming? Okay, so I've just done that one. So Dave Williams saying, I've learned that live event technology can be absorbed in a couple of hours. It's easy peasy. The true issues surrounding planning, preparing, promoting, and producing, but they are easily handled. Very good comment there, Dave. And I think it's so important as we all grow in how we deliver this content, we're all going to become better. So at the moment, a lot of my stuff is really ghetto and really sort of, not super professional. But I think this is what I'm saying. Like, if you do this all the time, one of the other benefits is that you're going to get better. Every single time I do these events, I get better. I learn something new and I get more relaxed and I have a better setup and I get better ideas. So I think that's the key, doing it over and over. Maybe you start off, it doesn't look very cool, but in a month's time, it looks better. In 6 months' time, it looks awesome. In a year's time, you're the best in your game, best in your industry. So, and then it comes down to not just the tech stuff, but also, preparing, promoting it, producing it, making sure you run an awesome show. Okay, what else do we have here? Terry Lam is saying, so Wirecast Play and Paladin are the key to what you are using to do this. Absolutely, Terry, that answers your question for you. I'm just using my iPad for switching here. So there's question Q&A, main screen. So this allows me to flick between stuff really, really easily. But it's a bit of a setup. It's not easy. It's not an easy setup. It took me a long time to figure this out. Maybe I could have a more advanced call on this later. Let me know if you're interested, and I might set something up like that. Okay, what else do we have here? Republic of Random. So do it and be regular on it, Fraser. Yes, absolutely. Eventually, if you have good content, I guess you will build an audience. That's right. So that's the other thing. When you create good content, you have good keywords that you target. Over time, YouTube should start picking up on those videos and start giving you some love. Spotter RG is saying requirements for upload speed and desktop specs for live. So I've talked about that a little bit already. The upload speeds are basically the same, whether it's mobile or YouTube or desktop. It just all depends on what level, what quality you're streaming at. Cool download before trimming. Not sure what that means. Eileen is saying, when are you going to do the review of Switcher Pro? I'm not sure, Eileen. I'm not sure if I'm going to. I guess I've got to subscribe now to their service before I can do it. It's a pretty cool app though, and it essentially allows you to do what I'm doing now with my fancy pants professional setup, except that I don't think you can pull in video clips. You might be able to, but I got to relook at that. I didn't have enough time to review it. Actually, Perry Lawrence put me onto that one. So Perry, if you are watching this by chance, thank you for that recommendation. Okay, cool. Republic of Random, you don't need much on the PC part. Yeah, PCs are normally good for this and normally have good processing power. For a Mac, make sure you have one with a good microprocessor and a good video card if you're going to do it on desktop. That's just essential to get right. Otherwise, your processor won't be good enough. A Republic of Random and a regular internet should do as well. Yes, Fraser saying thank you. John Wall, saw your video on using iPhone for video. What about an iPad Air? So a lot of these apps are coming out on iPads as well. So for example, the Wirecast one, even though they say it's not on iPad, I downloaded it on my iPad and I used it. Let me show you proof that I have it. I'm pretty sure I have it. Maybe it's towards the end here. Well, look at that. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So there's Wirecast Go. So they say it's only on on iPhone, but there it is on my iPad, and I can stream live from my iPad. How cool is that? But it's designed as an iPhone app, so it actually stretches everything out. It's not designed for iPad. Cool. Republic of Random, just out of interest, what do you want to stream? You're probably talking to somebody else there. Okay, Eileen is saying, can you share the link for Wirecast Live, please? You mean Wirecast Play? The Wirecast Play one is, let's go back there and see. This is Wirecast Go. So Wirecast Play, I just found it by Googling it, and it was like the second link or something. So I Googled, and then this link here that says live streaming software, Telestream Wirecast Play. If you go there, you can download it. So there's a free version you can download, and that's the address there. I'm not sure if you can easily see that. I'll read it out. So it's telestream.net/controls/Wirecast-play/download-Wirecast-play-HTM. What I'm going to do is make that a lot easier. Open up a little text document and paste it in there and make it nice and big for you to see. How does that sound? So open that, make it nice and big. And maybe you can just do a screen capture there, Eileen, to see that once I'm showing it. Let's go, why don't we go full screen with this? Or bigger like that. So there it is. So that's the address. Maybe just do a screen capture, and that's where you can get the Wirecast one. But just Google it. You should be able to find it as well. Okay, what else do we have here? Spotter G is saying, requirements for playing a pre-done video within live. Yeah, so I've noticed a lot of people do this as well, where they pre-record the video, pre-edit it, and then they just stream it live. No other extra requirements. You can, if you're doing it on your iPhone, you got to use the Live Air Solo app. So you can just start off your live event, maybe introduce it, and then go. You just select that clip, and it'll stream it live, and then you just close it off, and then afterwards you just trim out the bits at the front and the beginning, and then you've streamed your content, your pre-edited content live, which is a pretty cool way of doing it too. Or on desktop, very similar way. You just make sure the video is on your desktop, and then stream it live through Wirecast, and at the end, just trim out the bits that you don't want again. So that's a pretty cool way, because this is actually something you can do for announcing your content. You can sort of have a build up and say, this Friday I'm going to reveal my latest video, and your latest video might be a really well produced, well edited video, but you announce it and release it on a live stream. How cool is that? And then you get all the other benefits of getting a ton of people on there, with increasing your watch time and all this sort of stuff and engagement, and it's a nice way to launch your new content every week. Very cool idea. I haven't tried that yet, but it might be something that I want to do in the future. Okay. What else do we have here? We've got Lindsay saying, I've noticed the CPM per ads served seems to be higher on live videos. I've noticed that too, Lindsay. It's still just a gut feeling for me at this stage, because it's not really, I don't really monetize my videos, but it sounds like you're experiencing that as well. So the Art Sherpa is saying, me too, Lindsay, my YouTube red money has really shot up. Have you seen that too? I've heard other people say that as well. The Art Sherpa. Spotter G is saying uploading videos through live stream should rank easier. That's my understanding, but I think it's probably going to be a loophole that Google will or YouTube will close. I notice a lot of people that are doing more the black hat and gray hat sort of stuff. They have special software that streams the content live, and I don't know. I don't really like it. It's kind of, I think anything that kind of tries to circumvent the proper system and the proper way of doing it is, well, first of all, it's not honest, really. It comes down to it, and also it doesn't provide value necessarily unless your content is really valuable. But I also think that it doesn't last. In the 10 years that I've been online, all those sort of tricks that people have been using, eventually YouTube finds out, and then it stops working, or even worse, they terminate your account. So play YouTube's game. That's my biggest advice. Stick to the community guidelines. Okay, Yanni is saying, thank you, Gideon and Lindsay. No worries. Republic of Random. Me. Do it that typing fail here. I'm guessing you're typing on your iPhone, Republic of Random, or your iPad. That's what my typing looks like when I'm typing there. Lindsay is saying, yes, I just over 7 million minutes per month of watch time since live streaming. Yeah, totally, Lindsay, isn't it? I mean, 7 million minutes. That's a ton. So can you share with us? Hopefully, it's not too far down in the comments, but when you started with live streaming and sort of maybe just percentage-wise the increase you've seen in your watch time. That'll be really interesting to learn from you. The Art Sherpa is going crazy with awesome emoticons. Love it. Lindsay saying, my view duration is double on live events too. Absolutely, it increases your view duration, increases everything. One thing that I just really miss, that I don't understand and miss, is that YouTube used to leave your comments, the comments that you guys are making now, they used to leave it on your video when the live thing is over. For some reason, they don't show these comments anymore, which is really super annoying, because then people can't follow on the conversation anymore. So, and it was also really good for social proof. I mean, back in the day when I was doing this, when I did this video with my prediction, this video here, let me just go back a little bit. If you look at, so this was run as a live event, and had about 5,500 views for that. But look at my comments. I had like over 1,000 comments there, and they're all listed here. All of them are listed here. So most of them came through the live event. And so back then, YouTube still saved them, but now they don't anymore, which is super annoying. And I don't really know why they've left it, why they've removed it. The only reason I can think is that maybe sometimes, trolls come through and leave really nasty comments, and there's nothing they can do about it. I don't know. I don't really know why they haven't done it. It would be awesome if they could bring that back. Anyway, okay. So Daniel's asking, Lindsay, how do you get that many subscribers? So I'm actually going to interview Lindsay, and perhaps she'll reveal that with us. Daniel, the Art Sherpa saying, me too, have found that as well as my watch time is really improving. Fantastic. Profit Rain or Profit Train is saying, thanks, Gideon, as usual. You are so generous. Generously, I am very generously. Thank you. Lindsay saying, Daniel, frequent uploads, hard work. Yes. Government Job HQ, will the replay be on your YouTube channel? Absolutely. It is, in fact, already there. You can start watching the video already now if you go back to the beginning. What I've noticed, I'm not sure if this is a recent thing, but YouTube just removes the video for a wee while from your channel feed, your subscription feed, after the event, because it processes it first, and then once it's processed, it flicks it out to your subscriber base again. But if you have the link for people can watch it. If you have the link now, just save this link, and you should be able to watch the replay already now. You can start watching from the beginning, even though I'm still busy with this. How cool is that? That's another really cool thing. The Art Sherpa, Gideon, I agree. Make the world a better place. #1 fuel for a happy life. Can't agree more. We are totally on the same page there. So glad you're on the call. The Art Sherpa. Sorry, I forgot your name. That I think Lindsay mentioned it before, but I just missed that. Those pause faces. Yeah, all the emoticons. The Art Sherpa. Lindsay, when are you going to be interviewed? I really want to catch that. I haven't set up a date yet, the Art Sherpa, but I will soon. Lindsay is saying, I'm not sure. Okay, yes, we will figure something out, Lindsay. It'd be so cool to have you on the show. Fraser is saying, Republic of Random, me and my brother are going to start doing football coaching, living, health, fitness stuff. Awesome. How to get parents helping their kids to do the same. I think that sounds like a pretty awesome topic. Go Fraser. Republic of Random, probably when Gideon finishes the Q&A. Not sure. Eileen, how did you get the intro animation on your iPhone to bring into Live Air Solo? Really easy, Eileen. So I had the video clip. It's a little MP4 file created beforehand, and then all I did was I just saved it onto my iPhone. How did I do that? I think I just emailed it to myself. An iPhone is. Oh no, that's what I did. It's on my Dropbox account. So I've got my Dropbox app on iPhone, and so I just downloaded that video into my into the Photos app. And then, of course, you can pull that video in through the Live Air Solo app. And if you don't have a cool intro yet, I might as well plug another one of my businesses here. It's called Splashio, if you haven't seen it yet. So on Splashio, you can get all these sort of clips made for you. It is a manual process, so it takes 2 or 3 days for us to create it. But if you go here into products, you can get your very own little video intros or segues or outros or even lower thirds made for you. There's a bunch of templates you can choose from, and they work really, really well. Mine was done as a custom job, so it's a little bit more advanced, but if you're in a hurry and you just want to get something cool happening, go and check out these products just on splashio.com. All right, so what else do we have for comments? Republic of Random saying, sounds nice, Fraser. Absolutely. We'll drop a sub on you. Fantastic. Yeah, everybody, if you're interested in that stuff, sub to Fraser's channel. Aisha Abdul Rahman is saying, Google is separating Hangouts on air. I'm not liking the new changes. YouTube Live is great, but doesn't allow multi-cameras. Any suggestions? Oh, it does. It does, Aisha. That's the reason why I'm doing this. I wonder if I could even set this up for you now. Okay, let's see. Let me share this on Wire. So this is Wirecast desktop now, the desktop version called Wirecast Play. So what you can do here is you can bring in stuff, right? So I know it might be a little bit difficult here for you because you got the infinite screen thing happening, but look at the bottom one. That's probably going to be the biggest. So I click on that, and then I can add different cameras. So at the moment, I have, what do I have here? I have already this camera added. So it's my C920 webcam, but I can also add, let's see, let's do the display one. Okay, so I've just added the display one. It means really that you can set up a very professional broadcasting studio, very affordably, very affordably. So it is really amazing. Okay, let's see what else do we have here. Lindsay, I think you're becoming a famous YouTuber. I think she already is. Not becoming, she already has become pretty famous. She's got over 200,000 subscribers. Right, where do we go? So lots of comments been coming through. Sorry, it somehow sometimes just seems to flip back. So there's heaps of comments. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get to it. In fact, let's see. Yep. Okay. So, yeah. So Google is separating Hangouts and Air. I don't like Hangouts myself, but yeah, you can do pretty cool stuff with YouTube Live, especially with the right software. Okay. Fraser saying, I will sub with you too, etc. So I'm just going to look for questions now. So I'll just scroll through these comments and I'm just going to look for specific questions. Okay. Here's a question. So you're using Wirecast Play with your webcam. That's exactly what I'm using right now. But sometimes if I'm in a hurry, I just use my iPhone. Actually, the other day, I used my iPhone as a backup as well. The other day, for some reason, Wirecast didn't want to connect to YouTube. I think it was actually a YouTube error. And then I just jumped on my iPhone with a live stream, and that worked really well. So it's a nice backup as well. Okay, let's see any more questions. I'm just going to look for ones with question marks. Republic Random, Lindsay, do you feel more of a distance between yourself and your fans as you grow a bigger fan base? So that's a nice question for Lindsay. Maybe you've answered that as well. I'm just going to look for question marks here. Sorry if I'm skipping over a question that didn't have the question mark. From the Art Sherpa, the overlay does not show if we info card. Not quite sure what that means. Sorry, so I can't answer that. Let's see. Yeah, that's correct. So I'm answering this. So yeah, you can chat with each other, guys. Let's see if there's more questions here. Maureen's got to jump off now. Thank you, Maureen. Talk to you soon again. Let's see. Woods. Some cool stuff here. Okay, Gideon might get over 100K and no less than 60 by the end of the year. Well, Republic of Random, that would be awesome. It'd be awesome if I can get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That is actually certainly one of my goals. So I'm going to see. This is part of the experiment. And so if you want to follow along, if I can do it, then so can you, seriously. So hopefully I can be a bit of an inspiration to you guys as well as we go on this journey together. So Julie's saying, yes, be interested in advanced trading. What kind of iPad do you have? So I have actually 3 iPads. Let me share with you what I've got. So this one that I'm using for switching with the with Paladin app is a very old iPad. I think it's iPad 2. And this is all I'm using it for. I'm just using it for switching. Because it's actually, if you were to buy a hardware switcher, it'll cost you $3,000. So doing a 3 iPad only costs you $100, and of course the cost of your iPad. So if you have a spare one lying around, that's a pretty cool way of using it. Then I have my iPad Pro, and I love using this because this is actually what I'm using for doing all my drawings on, and I just share it through QuickTime, and you've seen the drawings that I made today. It's pretty awesome. And then also have another iPad. Actually, there's 2 other iPads. One is for my little girl that she just uses for entertainment, and there's another one that my wife uses. So got lots of iPads. But I only use 2 really for the live streams. Okay, lots of questions here. So let's see, from the Art Sherpa, who has the edgiest live event or show right now? I'm guessing she's asking, like multi-camera live. I know Fleet Test and Roadkill are pretty leading edge, but has anything really blown anybody's mind? Yeah, good question. It'd be cool to check out some of those cool case studies. I know the guys from what are they called? The Young Turks. They have a daily show every day. They stream live. They stream a live news sort of show. It's a pretty fancy setup. And there's a few others. There's a guy, I can't remember his name now. I wish I could remember his name. Who also runs a pretty cool show. Someone to follow is Leo Laporte from Twitch, I think he has. He doesn't seem to get a big audience at the moment, but certainly he runs pretty cool shows as well. But there's probably a few others that we can find and maybe link to from here. Fraser is saying, I'm thinking of doing live streams in the mornings before work, ways to live healthier and making positive decisions. Do you think there is scope for getting an audience before work if it's regular? Yeah, I think so. I'm trying my best to do this every day before I do my my normal work. So yes, it does take a bit of effort, but if you keep them nice and short, maybe the whole thing is only half an hour, especially if you do it on your iPhone or your mobile phone, you can pump these out real quick. So if you like allocate just an hour a day for creating these content pieces, you're going to get some cool content out. Maybe at the beginning it's not going to be as pro, but as you build your audience, as you build your skill, you'll just get better and better and go from strength to strength. Okay, Increase Academy, Never Stop Learning. Love that name. Is saying great content. Watch your uploads. Internet speed quality is great. Yeah, at the moment I've got pretty good upload speeds. In fact, let's do a quick speed test here. I've got really good internet, and the company that's providing this is Flash Fiber. So if you're in Australia, or if more specifically on the Sunshine Coast, you can check out their website. They're just here on the Sunshine Coast at the moment. They have a pretty awesome deal. Let's just see. I'm just doing a quick test there. While that loads, I'm going to go to Flash Fibers. Flash Fibers, and I think it's .com.au. Giving them a huge plug here, but this is really only if you're on the Sunshine Coast here in Australia. I hope that's the right address. So while that's loading, we're checking our speed. So you can see they're 93 megabits per second down, which is awesome. Probably one of the best in Australia, and about 75 to 80 now. So I could probably stream at 1080p if I want to. Look at that's going up to 90. That's just incredible. It took me a long time to get this internet, and full credit to these guys. Here they are, Flash Fibers. They're only here. This is where they show the regions. So yeah, they're pretty amazing. I love them, and they're fairly new company, but really awesome company when it comes to service and providing you an awesome deal for live streaming. All right, let's see what else do we have here. Profit Train is saying best promotion on Facebook if vid is uploaded as a Facebook video rather than embedded. Yeah, that's a really good point. So this is, I guess, when your video has already been created, uploaded to Facebook, you might as well, because there's a lot of views and interaction there. Totally good point. Let's see. I'm not able to read all the comments. Sorry, guys. I'm just kind of looking for the questions so I can get through it, because we've been at it for quite a while already. Lots of fun comments. I'm so good to see this. And I'm probably going to read this afterwards. Looks like yeah, that internet. I know Republic of Random. It's incredible. So the Art Sherpa is saying she does all hers at 1080p. Look at the Art Sherpa. She's got 27,000 subscribers. Awesome. Hopefully you can get a few more from today. The Art Sherpa. Awesome. Okay. So you probably have a really good internet connection as well. Republic of Random, I only get 5 megabits on down and 2 on the upload. Yeah, so you might struggle a bit with the 720p, but you can give it a shot. Australia has the best internet. No, I'm not sure where you're from, Daniel, if you're just sort of joking around. Australia's got the worst internet in the entire universe. I've had to go through hell and back to get this internet, basically. So I'm feeling really lucky. All right, so that looks like the last comment there from Republic of Random. You guys probably have more questions, but seriously, we've been at it for an hour and 41 minutes. My voice is starting to go. If you're still watching, thank you so much. Remember to give us a thumbs up. Remember to share this with someone that you think will find this useful. And if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. I've been forgetting to tell people to subscribe so that you can get updates on my live events and any future videos that I have as well. So I think I'm going to bring this to an end. Guys, thank you. This was an incredible show today. I've really done my best to provide you with the utmost value, because, it's not like I'm selling this information. I want this information to go out to as many people as possible. Why? Because I think we're at the cusp of an amazing time in our history. You look at someone like Elon Musk. People ask him, why did you share all your patents for Tesla? And he said something along the lines of, what was it now? Oh, I wish I could remember the details, but it was along the lines of, if you can see ahead of time that we're all basically going to be destroyed because we're destroying the planet through our massive consumption and massive use of resources and massive killing of the forest, etc., and the fossil fuels. And you're all basically in that sinking ship together. Wouldn't you want everybody in that same ship to try and help and save that ship? It was something along those lines and to that sentiment. And I'm feeling the same way. We're here on this planet to do something with our lives. We're here to give our gift. And I see this technology as one of those enabling things. It helps us get out there. I mean, look at today. I'm going to have a quick look here. I'll have a quick look here just to give you an indication of what just happened today with you guys watching this live. Let's have a quick look, because I think a lot of you will have stayed here today for quite some time. So just for today, just for today's event, and I'm not even sure if this is updating, but there has been 87 hours worth of video being watched. 87 hours. So thanks to you guys watching this live, 87 hours worth of video has been watched, and that's going to increase. I know that number will increase a lot because that number is delayed. It's not the updated one. This is incredible. We live in an amazing time. The opportunity is now. I want to do my best to help you guys succeed at this and build a community and where we can all help each other. So thank you very much for being on the call, and I can't wait to share more awesome stuff with you coming up in the future. Adios, everybody, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.